Alrighty then, let's talk, man. So, Mike Kafka. I like Mike Kafka. I think he was the Northwestern quarterback. I'm a Kafka fan. I didn't mind him being the offensive play caller. I think a lot of y'all would have preferred Kafka as the offensive play caller. The Lions hire him in a high-ranking position. Some people feel like it can be pass game coordinator. Some people feel like, me personally, maybe assistant head coach. Heard Bob Quinn got hired in Atlanta too. Atlanta just making all the wrong moves. Remember that? The dirty, I don't know, maybe I'm old, showing my age. The dirty bird, Jamal Anderson. But yeah, I mean, I like Kafka. Even though they got him as the OC, I would have liked him. I like how, kind of him and Dayball name must be mud out here unless he got a job I hear about. I like the fact that they stuck with running the ball. That's what I liked about Dayball. When they got that young quarterback in there and Matt Kafka in there, they believed in running that rock. That's what I want to see. And I know a lot of y'all don't understand. Y'all in the comments, we got 3 receivers in. Man, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Worry about winning. There's a reason why the Lions are required their receivers to block in the run game, regardless. Blocking the pass game if they have to block. We at the essence of the Lions and their success is them being a physical football team. We must be physical. We lost our physical identity. Yes, we were explosive. We were the Detroit Princess Lions last year offensively. We had a tutu and ballerina shoes on. Ben Johnson and losing Frank Ragnow completely took our physical identity. We needed somebody who was going to put a hat on the hat and be physical. I thought Mike Kafka showed that with Dayball in New York, so I had no problem with him being there. Everybody want the glitz and the glam and the sexy. We got sexy plays. We got a playbook of creativity. We need smash mouth. When golf is successful, it's smash mouth football. The windows open up. The pass rush, they have to play the run. They can't play the pass onto the run. Can't play the run onto the pass. They have to commit their soldiers to stopping the run before thinking about pinning their ears back for Jared Goff, right? But I think, personally, if Drew Pensing don't work out, or if Drew Pensing have a lot of success year one with the Lions, I think Kafka is going to step into that position. That's what I think. I think Kafka is the OC in waiting. Whether it's Pitts, and I think this is kind of Dan kind of omitting that he doesn't want to call plays. You know what I'm saying? I think they made it best where Dan is just, in the offensive meeting, also in the special teams meeting, the defensive meeting, and he's the head coach. I think that's the decision they made, what's best for the football team. I think you're lining up Mike Kafka to be the guy. So if Petsing doesn't work out, which I don't think they're going to be so quick to rip the rug from Drew Petsing or pull him from that position, and I explain that right now. One reason I don't think they so quick to do that is because then it's going to look like Dan Campbell doesn't allow guys to come here and coach, right? So I don't want to go to Detroit and they undermine me, right? Whether it be in the pipeline to being the head coach in college or the NFL or to a better job, it's a place where, if I don't have success in the first month and a half, 2 months of the season, Dan's just going to take the playbook from me. So then people are not going to want to come to Detroit, right? 2, Drew Petsing is a proven play caller. So his 3 years in Arizona, or 4, whatever, I think it was 3 years in Arizona, is proven the fact that he's proven the fact that he knows how to be organized. He knows how to come in, how to create a blank game plan, how to run a meeting, how to get this guy the ball, get that guy the ball. And I think I just think him being a proven play caller and having a track record doing it. I think that was the biggest prerequisite you had to have. And I said that. So a proven play caller. You know, when you young, yeah, you can come in there with Ben Johnson. I don't know if how long Anthony Lynn called plays. You can come in with an unproven play caller, because guess what? They're gonna grow together. But when you come in with a guy that didn't grow up in the organization and say, "Hey, call the plays," you know, if Dan knew what he knew now that they wasn't gonna make the playoffs, he probably would have let John Morton finish through and see if he could have broke through. But he figured out we got a window. And he's right about the window that they had. This was one of the weakest playoffs that you've seen as far as runs. There was a clear window, but a lot of that window wasn't because John Morton couldn't get it done. Not the majority, it was injuries. Then it was, you started to build the offensive line, and you start getting injured. You like, okay, we get Manu Giovanni, we get him going. Was Decker ain't playing? We already got him training with Decker in the offseason. We get him going right now, okay? And we get a better feel whether we can play him at left tackle or play him at guard. We couldn't do that because he got injured. No, we couldn't do that because he got injured. Then we go and Miles Frazier came in and got injured. So a lot of the guys that you really wanted to really measure in real football games to see, hey, are they good reserves? Can they be great starters or good starters? You really still have mystery around them because of injuries. A lot of it go back to injuries. But a proven play caller, you know what I'm saying? And, that's really the major thing. You know what I'm saying? But, if he has a lot of success this year, and it's going to be predicated on some personnel moves, cool. But outside of that, if he does or doesn't have success, Kafka's already there. Kafka know the guys. Kafka put his 2 cents in with Drew Petzing, and they're probably gonna do some things together. He probably gonna learn some things, how to manage a football team, and those type of things. So Kafka is right there, probably getting a job, a head coaching job. He right there, but he gotta wait. And for him, what's best if Drew Petzing have a lot of success, then he come right behind him. He see what the guys like, what they don't like. He probably look at it. What can I add? What can I improve? What can I improve or add? What would I do different? Those are some of the things that he's going to be able to see from inside the building. He get to know the guy. So basically, the Lions are creating a pipeline, a transition. Somebody that can and that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. You got to create a pipeline where you plug and play. This is why you hire these young, Mike McDaniels in your organizations. These young guys, they can be interims and they go through college and interim graduate coaches, and they work their way up. And one thing I always tell y'all, man, if y'all don't know nothing about business in America, and I'm pretty sure it's the same way internationally, one thing you're gonna learn is this: it's about who you know and how they like and how people like you. See, your work ethic is important, but how kind you are, how likable you are. When you go out in corporate America, you got to put a fake face on. You got to put that fake face on. But you got to get that respect, and that's the hard part. But all these guys you see that come up, it's probably some guys that people didn't like as much, and they tried to bury who didn't get the opportunity. Honestly, I don't like him. Don't you know what it is? Ben Johnson, I feel like was a guy they tried to keep out of Dan Campbell, let the jack out the box. And you see why. Ben Johnson is a no nonsense. He a real motherfucker, man. That's why I say I hate the Bears, but I fuck with him though. Cause he real, bro. He like, yeah, man, like, man, put them up with over there. We gonna whoop that. That's the type of dude I would like to play for, him and Dan. See, Dan do a little bit, Dan play the kind of like, man, that's a good football team over there. Like Mike Tomlin, like, we got our hands, I don't know how we gonna handle it, but we gonna try to find a way. But behind closed doors, no, we're gonna fuck these motherfuckers up, man. Then with all this we gonna run. Ben Johnson's just like, man, shit, gonna fuck them motherfuckers up. He ain't really know, he don't really know how to kind of commercialize it. He just raw. You know what I'm saying? Like You know, Sean Payton the same way. You know, so really right now you kind of got that whoever that McVay tree is, and then you kind of got the Parcells Sean Payton tree kind of clashing. They beefing with each other, you know, because of Ben Johnson. I think Dan Campbell made a mistake and let Ben Johnson out the box. I think he was the joker. When he let him out the box, that pissed off a lot of people on the McVay tree and shit. So they really clashing right now. So, you know, it's really as far as y'all see the Bears as competitors, but it's still a brotherhood. Peyton, Campbell, everybody under that tree. Ben Johnson versus McVay, LaFleur, all the motherfuckers over there. So it's really, I like it, bro. I like the rivalry. You know, at one point it was like the homegirl Mariucci West Coast tree, and you know what I'm saying? Then Mike Marks came in. Hey, I like it. I like it when coaches beef. But Ben Johnson, you know, y'all gonna be mad at me. That's my type of guy. Him and Dan, I fuck with Sean Payton too. You know, I didn't get mad when coaches yelled and screamed at me. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, the whole nine. Peace.